Tonight, this is a facility. Glad y'all could be here with us, and y'all know the whole gang is here. Got the quarterback, Chase Daniel, the one and only 2-5, always live, Shady McCoy, and James Jones, actually from the site of the draft taking place in Green Bay. What up, Jay?
What's cracking, my brothers?
I heard it's cold there in Green Bay, man.
No, it's actually nice out here right now, man.
38 degrees.
You see the light coming through the room, man.
Yo, I know one thing. When you go out there today, put your best draft outfit on. Don't embarrass the facility, all right?
Don't embarrass
Hey, bro.
None of them tight jeans, none of them little ties. Represent the right way, all right? Don't be having them. Don't have them Acho boots on. And them old Chase Daniel shirts on. Represents the right way, all right?
Hey, you know I'm going to be swagged out. I never got a chance to walk the stage. Today, my day, Shady. I'm stepping out, bro.
Okay, step out, baby, step out, step out.
Draft pick.
Hey, before we relive your day-to-day, James, Shady, your favorite draft day memory when the Eagles selected you in the second round. Take us through it very quickly.
My favorite draft moment is when I had two calls back-to-back, right? They both kind of faked on me. And then I got one more call from Philadelphia, and it was Andy Reid. I remember turning back to all my friends and family. I said, hey, we staying in Philly, y'all, and everybody went crazy. Yeah, that was probably the best moment.
You got faked out?
Nah, not faked out, but like, oh, we want to get you, we're going to get you, all that type of stuff.
Oh.
You know?
Yeah,
you know how that be, though.
Jay, draft day memory.
Man, mine was a little crazy, man. I was sitting at the crib, man, at the apartment, man, and I'm sitting there, and, you know, I see all these wide receivers going in front of me that ain't better than me, and I'm like, man, I'm out of here. I turned the draft off. Next thing you know, I'm getting a call from a 920 area code, and I answer it, and, you know, my homeboys play a lot, so they like, you know, I answer the phone, he like, is this James Jones? I'm like, yeah. He like, this is Mike McCarthy. We about to take you with the next pick. I'm like, man, stop playing. Who is this? And he was like, man, it's Mike McCarthy, man. We about to take you with the next pick. And after that, man, I turned around, like Shady said, told all my people, man, hey, we going to Green Bay. And then that's when all the little tears started coming down, man. You know what I mean? The journey, you know, was complete, man. You made it to the league, man. You know, so that's the day I remember. I'll never forget that day.
That's dope. And full circle moment, like I said at the top of the show, James announcing a Packers pick later on during the draft. Okay, it's all about the top 5 picks, y'all. You already know the top 5 picks are going to dictate the trajectory of the entirety of the draft. Many people know who's going to be number 1, but viewers at home, I want to give y'all each of our top 5s as we see it, because how the top 5 goes quite literally will dictate how the rest of the draft go. I will suggest it's the biggest day in sports, not named the Super Bowl. My top 5, very simply put, you know Cam Ward is going to be number 1. That's easy. At number 2, I don't see a world where the Browns can let Travis Hunter go. I do not see a world where the Browns can let Travis Hunter go. I think the Browns get Travis Hunter at number 2. At number 3, this is where it gets interesting for me. Chase, you'll like this one. It's going to be Abdul Carter. But I don't think it's Abdul Carter to the Giants. I think the Giants already have a 24-year-old pass rusher in Thibodeau. They can pick up his 5th-year option. They can keep him for cheap for 2 more years. The Giants have a lot of needs. I could see the Giants trading back, acquiring draft capital. The Panthers trade up into the number 3 spot. They draft Abdul Carter. The Panthers need a pass rusher to replace the Brian Burns that left to the New York Giants. Abdul Carter goes at number 3, but he doesn't go to the Giants. Giants acquire draft capital to get a playmaker and a quarterback later in the draft. I'll talk more about that later. At number 4, Will Campbell. I was watching his game yesterday, tackle from LSU. I believe he is the most pro-ready tackle. He did a fine job when they played Alabama. He did a fine job when they played the other SEC opponents. I just like how sturdy he is both in the run game and in pass protection. Remember his name, viewers at home. And number 5, the reason I'm going with T-Mac, wide receiver there. James, you might get this one, Shady. You might agree with it as well. T-Mac reminds me of Mike Evans. Liam Cohen, former Bucs offensive coordinator with Mike Evans. I do not see the Jags taking Ashton Jeanty. I just don't see them taking a running back at 5. They already have Trevor Etienne. If you go get the receiver that reminds you of Mike Evans, I think T-Mac would be drafted too high at number 5, by the way, for clarity. But he reminds me a lot of Mike Evans. LeSean McCoy had a lot of success with Mike Evans. If anything happens at that 5 spot, because that 5 spot is where I'm most shaky on, I think T-Mac goes at number 5, but I could see them trading out of it. Obviously, this is just draft projections. These are my top 5.
Even after last year when they drafted Brian Thomas Jr. in the first round, you think they're going to go out and get another first-round pick with the 5th overall, a receiver?
Offensive-minded head coach, Chase. Really, at the end of the day, at number 5, I didn't know where they were going to go. I looked at some other mocks, and I was like, where do you go at number 5? I don't think T-Mac should go at 5. I don't think he's a top 5 talent, if you will. But when I'm thinking about who he reminds me of in Mike Evans, I'm thinking about who's coaching the Jags, former Bucs offensive coordinator.
Yeah,
Mike Evans was there, a lot of success there. That's just where I have it at. What you say?
I like it. I think that's one thing to keep in mind. I think there's a lot of really good players on the board. And like we've said in the past, like there's the first 10 players of the draft, and then the teams feel like 11 through 32 are sort of similar. I feel like T-Mac's sort of in that range. When you're running a 4-5, I think, and you're going number 5 overall, that would be the headline on Friday. We'll do that later in the show. That would be the headline, though, in my opinion. All right, so here we go.
Chase, what's your list?
Top 5 tonight. I like Cam Ward going number 1 overall. I think he's the best quarterback in the draft. We've said that I've compared his play style and some of his traits to Steve McNair. He's really good in the pocket. He's really good outside of the pocket. He's on the run. He doesn't look to run necessarily. He looks to make plays outside of the pocket. Aaron McNair was a huge fan of him, but Cam Ward goes number 1. Travis Hunter, best player in the entire draft. The Browns are lucky to get him. I think the Browns start him at wide receiver, and he plays some DB. You listen and read between the tea leaves of Kevin Stefanski, the head coach of the Cleveland Browns, on what they are going to plan on doing with Travis Hunter. I think he's going to play both ways a little bit, but I think he's going to play receiver. I think he's got the best chance of making the most impact at receiver. New York, you can't trade out of it. You're not picking a quarterback. I thought about maybe Shedeur Sanders. They're not drafting Jackson Dart at number 3. Abdul Carter, you're getting pretty much the ceiling of Micah Parsons and Abdul Carter. Not because they wore the same number, not because they went to Penn State. This dude has an absolute motor off of the edge. I like this pick a lot. I'm with you 100% on the Patriots drafting Will Campbell. I went back and forth between Armand Membu, the University of Missouri, my school, the University of Missouri's tackle. But Will Campbell, I think he's allowed 2 sacks and about 650 pass rush attempts in the last 2 years, Acho. This is a guy you can plug and play, and you don't have to worry about him for the next decade. And at number 5, this was hard for me to do. I think they end up taking Ashton Jeanty. I know they have Etienne. Etienne only rushed for 500 yards last year. Ashton Jeanty, they don't need this position, but he's one of the best players in the draft for me. He reminds me of LaDainian Tomlinson, really good contact balance, really good home run speed, but he can run you over as well. It's hard to find a better running back in the past years. Number 5, you're probably saying, hey, man, that's really rich for a running back because this running back class is loaded. Ashton Jeanty is like that. I like my top 5. I hope that the Jacksonville Jaguars pick Ashton Jeanty with number 5 pick.
Well, first off, Chase, I want to let you know, man, there's some really good wide receivers, man, that, playing at a high level running 4-5. You know what I'm saying? But I'm going to take it easy on you.
First round, though? Third round, man. Maybe?
Ashton Jeanty, like you said, LaDainian Tomlinson.
Yep. I like it.
My top 5 is very easy for me, right? Number 1 is Cam Ward. All right, we all got Cam Ward going number 1. Cam Ward could, the ball is snapping off of his hand. Cam Ward could throw the ball with the best of them. Then number 2, I have Abdul Carter. Put him next to Myles Garrett and go play some really good defense. You are going to have a struggling quarterback there. And I'm saying this selfishly because I don't even want Travis Hunter going there with Joe Flacco and Kenny Pickett. I'd rather him go where I got him going, and that's number 3 with Russell Wilson and Brian Daboll. I think he is a perfect fit for them. You jump in on the offense right now next to Malik Neighbors, and then you go play you some defense over there too. You have 2 really good pass rushers and a really good D tackle, an all-pro D tackle over there at the Giants. Really good front 7. I will put him on that defense. And then number 4, listen, man, Mike Vrabel's all about defense, man. I don't see him going no tackle. Go get Mason Graham, plug him in that defense. You got some good pieces over there in the secondary on that defense. Get you a good defensive lineman, get Mason Graham. And then my trade of the draft was, surprise, surprise, the Chicago Bears.
Dude, I love
trade
this.
up into that 5th pick from the Jacksonville Jaguars, and they go get they 2-headed monster and put Ashton Jeanty with my man Swift back there, and
Dude,
that is what the head coach wants to do. You got some good pass catchers, and you got 2 really good running backs, just like you had in Detroit. You already beefed up the offensive line. I think they trade up and they go get Jeanty.
Woo-hoo-hoo. The champ is here. Anything is possible, baby. Imagine a world where the first pick, the Tennessee Titans select, must be the money. Shedeur Sanders, baby. They take the arrow, the camera, he got bang. Come on, I can see it. Listen, if it's up to me, I'm taking the best quarterback in this draft, and that's Shedeur for my number 1 pick to the Titans. Number 2, the best player in college football, a top 10 best talent in the world today, Travis Hunter. He goes there. You're probably going to have Kenny Pickett as the quarterback, right? So you're going to need some good offensive weapons. You got Jerry Jeudy on one side, Travis Hunter on the other side, giving out crazy, crazy work. And then get a deep breath, get a little Gatorade, get a little water. You come out on defense and you strapping up, huh? I love that for the Browns. Number 3, I'm going with Cam Ward. Chase loves Cam Ward. Acho loves Cam Ward. I guess James Jones, he loves Cam Ward. I love Cam Ward. Cam Ward's really, really good. I think the year he had in Miami really balled out. Getting out the pocket, stay in the pocket, do everything you want. And I think you match him up with somebody like Brian Daboll, had him in Buffalo. I seen what he did with Josh Allen. I can see what he can do with Cam Ward. Okay, number 4, not 4, but number 4, I'm going with the Patriots. I'm thinking of Mike Vrabel, his best years with, what was he with, Tennessee?
Derrick Henry, yeah.
Derrick Henry, he was rolling, right? Good defense, got a good running back. You go out there and get Ashton Jeanty. Ashton Jeanty. Yeah. Get the running back. I think you get that back. You got your quarterback. You got your wide receiver. Finally, you got your running back. Ashton Jeanty, my boy Chase already said, looked like LaDainian Tomlinson. That's high praise, all right? So go there. And then with the 5th pick, Abdul Carter. The last couple pass rushers y'all done drafted ain't going to amount to what this kid can do. If you get him, it's like you're looking at Michael Parsons all over again, right? Only thing is he's probably a little shade lighter. I think you get him, get a pass rusher, help out your bad quarterback in Trevor Lawrence, get some better defense, now y'all rolling. Talk to me. How'd I do? How did I do?
James, why you laughing, James?
Because it is 5 GMs and head coaches that hope Shady's list is right?
It's so true. Hey, if Cam Ward's there at 2, he's getting taken too, by the way.
Oh, my goodness. If Brian Daboll see Cam Ward there at 3,
they did their job.
Hey, listen, man. Listen, in about 6 years when I'm done with TV, I'm going to be a GM.
Oh,
Hey, Shady, I just want a job, man.
That's a heck of a list. Here's the beauty of the draft. None of us know who's right, and in all honesty, I don't think a GM knows what top 5 is going to be. It's all a guessing game right now. Either way, history's made in a matter of hours. CeeDee Lamb, Ezekiel Elliott, Des Bryant. If you're taken as a skill player in the first round, you become a perennial Pro Bowler and an all-pro caliber talent. So who in the world do the Cowboys need to draft in the first round? For me, it is very simple. I'm going receiver, Matthew Golden, Texas. Absolute phenom this year, 20 yards per reception, an absolute burner, ran a 4.29 40 at the NFL Combine, one of the fastest, if not the fastest, at the draft this year. But for me, the reason it's Matthew Golden, you have CeeDee Lamb who can work in the slot. CeeDee Lamb can work on nickelbacks. He can work on linebackers. Then you have Matthew Golden who can take the top off a defense. If you're a defense sitting in a cover 4, primarily trying to make sure you have a too high shell, if you see Matthew Golden's speed coming at you, that's going to occupy the eyes of the safety. It's going to occupy the eyes of the cornerback. And then CeeDee Lamb, he can work one-on-one in the slot. He can work on the nickel back. If you see Matthew Golden running a deep post and CeeDee Lamb running a dig from the slot underneath, Matthew Golden isolated on that cornerback because that slot receiver, CeeDee Lamb, he's occupying the eyes of the safety. That spells big plays for Dak Prescott. Big play touchdown for the Dallas Cowboys. For me, it's all about Matthew Golden in the first round for the Cowboys. Now, the beauty is you can probably trade back and still acquire Matthew Golden in the first round. I don't think you need to get Matthew Golden at 12. Assuming T-Mac is still there, Cowboys trade back. Somebody else will draft T-Mac first because he's probably the consensus #1 overall pick at wide receiver, but he's not a better fit for the Cowboys. It's Matthew Golden out of Texas for me for the Cowboys. What say y'all?
I like Golden, man. James, what do you think about him as his play speed? I mean, he's pretty raw, in my opinion, right? We've watched some film. I know you've watched a ton of film on him. For Matthew Golden, though, thoughts on him differing from T-Mac?
Well, #1, Matthew Golden is coming at you with that straight line speed, and it's crazy. Acho, he is not getting past the Dallas Cowboys. And the Dallas Cowboys will not have a chance to come back and draft this kid. He's gone. I've been out here in Green Bay, and everybody is talking about him. They said his pro day was ridiculous, just route running in and out of his breaks. He really surprised a lot of people the way he ran routes. So I absolutely love the pick. But my pick is Luther Burton from Missouri.
Let's go, James!
And the main reason why I say that is because Dak Prescott don't do good with speed. The best pass catchers that Dak Prescott has had a lot of success with has been the Dez Bryants, has been the Amari Coopers, has been the CeeDee Lambs. When you had speed with Brandon Cooks, you didn't know how to use him. You didn't know how to throw him the football. So I don't necessarily want speed. I want a guy that can run routes. And Luther Burton can run routes with the best of them, man. He's a big-time playmaker, yards after catch. I would love to see them plug him in there next to CeeDee Lamb because you're going to need a true X. You're going to need a guy that can just line up, not move, no motion, and go win. And Luther can do that for you. I would love to see them take this kid there. But your pick is not bad neither. It is high praise out here for Matthew Golden out of Texas as well.
Dang, that's amazing. So I'm going receiver, too. I think the Dallas Cowboys have to have receiver. I think 12's too rich for a running back. I feel like they can, if they want, get Omari and Hampton or another guy in the second round. My pick, Acho, it's the same as yours. It's Matthew Golden. I thought about T-Mac here because the consensus would be he's probably the #1 receiver. He doesn't do anything amazing, but he does everything really, really good. He's very smooth route runner. Obviously at 4.5, the 50-50 ball, James, you know all about that. He will go up and make the play 100% of the time on 50-50 balls. I think he's a savvy route runner. But when you look at Matthew Golden, speed kills. You have a guy that can sort of play all over. I think he'll probably play some slot. He could play the X. He could play the Z to the field and get that field corner off of you. I like everything he showed on the film. He's good versus these different routes, these press corners. When you get a guy to the boundary and he runs a 4.29, and I think he's even faster than what he ran on the 40, his actual play speed, he stretches defenses in a way that you need to do it. You have CeeDee Lamb on the slot running a 4.5. Matthew Golden, to me, stands out because of his speed. And I don't know if you were talking about Matthew Golden maybe at the end of this year, but like you said, his pro day, his combine, the pre-draft process, I can say probably that no other guy has had a better pre-draft jump up draft boards right now than Matthew Golden. Love that he's getting talked about in Green Bay. Shady, who you got, man?
Yeah, that's three. That's three of us now.
Woo.
Matthew Golden. He's the winner. I just think that CeeDee Lamb is the guy that's going to do everything, right? You're going to move him around outside, inside, motioning in the backfield. But you need other guy to go deep, stretch the field. So now CeeDee can get all the things in the middle and outside. I think it's a great combination, man. I think you got to get some speed. I mean, I don't want to waste too much time on this because we got the same pick. I'll just say this, though. I mean, I don't know how well the Cowboys do, even if he goes there, because I just know one thing, that the quarterback plays great in the regular season.
We knew it was coming, James.
All these great draft picks, you can have the 12th pick overall, the 10th pick, the #1 pick. It won't matter. Long forwards under center. It won't matter.
I do got a question for you, though, James, because what you said was incredibly insightful. What I love about this show, I never thought about the fact that in theory, or at least up until this point, Dak Prescott hasn't done great with speedy wide receivers, unless I'm missing a guy here, missing a guy there. Why is that, right? Is it coincidence? Is it causation? Is there a correlation? Like, why is that?
That's a really good question, Acho. I don't know why, but he is not pulling the trigger on deep balls down the football field. You very rarely see Dak Prescott throw deep posts. You very rarely see Dak Prescott throw these nod routes that we see from the Detroit Lions and we see from Jordan Love and the Green Bay Packers. You rarely see that. And you brought Brandon Cooks in there for the reason that all you guys are saying, to stretch the field, to help the run game, to help CeeDee Lamb out, and Dak Prescott did not help Brandon Cooks out. Brandon Cooks played his worst football as a Dallas Cowboy. But when you look at the Dez Bryants and you look at the Amari Coopers and you look at those dudes that he had running routes out there, they had success under him. Even the Gallups as a young Gallup. Gallup wasn't a burner, but he can run routes, and he had success with the Dallas Cowboys. So Dak Prescott, to me, he needs to see it open. I still believe that. And that's why Amari Cooper was special for him off the line of scrimmage, right? You had, like I said, my man Gallup, who could make those plays. Dez Bryant obviously was on another level when you just put the ball next to him. But he needs route runners and guys that can go up and get the football. That's who he trusts more. That's what he showed us. He has not shown us that he will pull the trigger on these deep passes. So I think you draft some speed, I think you're going to be wasting the speed. I really do. Go get you a guy that can run the whole route tree, and you can put that X to win.
What up, YouTube family? Welcome to the facility. Thanks for watching, and you better be sure to hit that subscribe button if you want to get more highlights from the show and all of our exclusive content.